What do you do when everything else has failed? I got to ask myself that question last summer. Summer of 2025, I ended up being saved. And this is part of my video testimony because my testimony is still rolling out. And I feel as though it's extremely important that I share my testimony to help others understand the very beginning part of becoming a Christian. Because so many people make it out to be like once you're saved, it's just like, boom, everything is fantastic. Nope, that's not how it works. So, when I finally had my moment, I was at my lowest. 2 years before that, I was diagnosed with Huntington's disease. That's a fatal neurological disease that is untreatable, uncurable, and it'll probably take me out far before I should go. And I'm not going to pretend that I didn't try to hold it together, because I did through my own strength, and it didn't work. And after 2 years, I finally got burnt out. I felt really alone because my children, I had raised a total of 7, and they were all starting to get older and off doing their own life. So I kind of had empty nest syndrome. My partner was very much in his own zone of, he had a hard job, and that's a whole nother story. So I felt really locked up and alone, and genuinely just didn't want to exist anymore. If this disease was going to take me out, I would rather it just happen. And in those moments is when my sister held my hand and encouraged me to read. And I had to lean in and force the dark thoughts away and choose Jesus every moment. It wasn't easy. It didn't change anything overnight. But after a couple of months of reassurance and choosing the right things every day and staying in the Word, giving myself structure, my life began to change. And then my testimony started to unfold. My symptoms started to decrease. I was no longer consumed by my disease. Not that it went away. I still have plenty of symptoms. You can see a tremor in my face if you watch close enough. But I found peace in it. And that was just the first step. It continued from there. So if you're interested in the rest of my testimony and how the walk isn't always easy, but it's always worth it, and God loves you dearly enough to hold your hand through it, subscribe and go on this adventure with me, because I'm actually getting ready to enter my next leap of faith by moving across the country and becoming an evangelist to share the words of Jesus Christ. Here we go.